What's going on? Welcome back to Geek Culture Combat, and I am your host, Rob, and we have one heck of a battle and debate for you today. But before we get started, I want to introduce you, the editor-in-chief of Monumental Comics. So I'm going to go ahead and let him tell you a little bit about himself real quick before we get started with the combatants. Monumental Comics, go ahead and tell the people about yourself a little bit.
This is Adrian Jones, president of Monumental Comics, CEO, editor, etc., etc., etc. We've been writing comic books for some time, and of course, we've been reading comics forever. So, we're well endowed.
Talk about it.
We know what's going on. We're ready for my younger brother, bringing the battle to me today. We're gonna have some fun with this.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. So today, guys, it is going to be Icon from DC and Dakota universe against Omni-Man from the Image universe, from the Invincible line, which is Invincible's father. So we're going to talk about Omni-Man from Invincible versus Icon. And you know what? Adrian, you're my guest. Would you like to go first, or would you want me to go first? It's up to you. Because I'm ready to go.
I can set it off, not a problem.
Set it off. Let's do this.
I brought you on the show. I'm ready to put a foot in your butt.
Let's see. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. What you got?
Let me just get you guys familiar first with what Omni-Man is before we start to get into how devastatingly powerful he is, right? Number one, Omni-Man is a Viltromite, and he ranks among the most powerful Viltrumites in the universe. He has superhuman strength, easily lifts immense amounts of weight. He can tear through virtually any matter, right? And he has super speed, tremendous distance, etc., etc. So when we talk Omni-Man, we're really talking about a being who's an alien who's come to Earth to conquer it. His son, Invincible, happens to be the only thing that can really stop him, but can't physically stop him. He can only stop him emotionally because that's his son. He wanted to have his son so that he can raise him as a Viltrumite and so that they could take over the Earth. There's not many in the Invincible universe who are stronger than Omni-Man. His boss, Cecil, is a little bit stronger than him, supposedly. But aside from that, like I said, he's one of the strongest Viltrumites on the planet. Contrary to our brother Icon, who's also an alien. But he may be below Superman. He may be at Superman's level. Both of them, Superman has to, after a long battle, he gets a little tired. He's got to recharge from the sun. Density wise from the skin, they mentioned before in DC Comics that Icon has to raise his density up to deal with the Superman. Omni-Man's already ready-made and ready to go. And I'm going to shut up for this.
Oh, okay. He want to come with it. He wants to come with it. All right, then. All right, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about our Arnis of Terminus. Okay, he too, like Omni-Man, is an alien, and he's a maroon alien actually. He's a maroon alien negotiator after crashing in the Deep South in about 1839, and he worked himself up from a slave to Union soldier to a lawyer, and he was involved in much of Black history, and he only showed his powers and his strength, from time to time just to kind of help out, but really not out in the open as he does today. And he developed, the persona of Augustus Freeman, and he posed as his own son 4 times. Because remember, he was maroon. He came here, or in that particular universe, in 1839. So he has really, really, really slow healing. And then he met a young woman named Raquel, and she convinced him to become a superhero, an icon for the Black community of Dakota City. Okay, so give you a little bit of the history, and then we're going to get into this back and forth. Okay, in the present, Arnis is still with us, right? He still exists, and he did not age visibly beyond adulthood. To disguise this fact, he periodically assumed the identity of his own son. He did that 4 times. By the late 20th century, he was posing as Augustus Freeman IV, the great-grandson of his original human identity. Still maroon, Augustus waits for Earth's technology to catch up to his life pod and secretly possessing superpowers that belie his human appearance. He has always performed quiet acts of charity, but one night Augustus' house is broken into and he uses his power for the first time in decades, an action witnessed by Raquel Irvin, right? So who would later become, Rocket, his sidekick Rocket. Now, Augustus is portrayed as a very intelligent, somewhat stiff kind of person due to his upper-class job as a big-time lawyer and a proper way of speaking. He's often criticized as being a sellout or whitewashed or anything like that. He usually prefers to do everything by the book instead of acting on instinct and is non-sympathetic of any wrongdoing. And during the majority of the series, Icon mostly fought plain street criminals and those who gained powers from Dakota's Big Bang. Then I'm just going to touch lightly on a few of his powers, and then we're going to get into this debate. Now, he has a unique physiology. His life pod altered his DNA, so he would resemble a human being. So the first one that it resembled was, a black woman in the South. Okay, and he has immense superhuman strength compared to Superman, the standard bear. Okay, his superhuman speed. Okay. Easily moving at supersonic speeds, like no problem there. Superhuman agility. Icon can move from place to place in the blink of an eye. His agility, balance, bodily coordination are far beyond the natural physical limits and capability of the finest human athletes. He also has superhuman reflexes, superhuman stamina, flight. He can flight. He flies through the manipulation of gravitons and a magnetic field. And then he has enhanced senses, which includes his vision, his hearing, his sense of smell, his sense of taste, his sense of touch, and invulnerability. He is nigh invulnerable. Now, and that's for, high caliber bullets and rockets and missiles. None of that stuff don't do anything to him. Extreme temperatures and extreme pressure, powerful energy blasts, all that stuff without sustaining any injury. Now, if something happened to be powerful enough to injure him, oh, by the way, he has a healing factor as well, right? He has self-sustenance and energy projection, which we will get into sooner or later. So, my main man, the founder, CEO of Monumental Comics, how do you see this going? Now, you can concede right now if you want to. If you already know my boy Icon got you, there's no shame in bowing out right now.
Well, see, Icon, everything you named, these are the same traits that Omni-Man has, right? So he's also able to levitate and fly while still needing air. Omni-Man can endure weeks holding his breath and likewise can survive the vacuum of space unprotected, allowing the unaided interstellar travel, right? Omni-Man is blessed with an immense longevity. This stems from a decelerated aging process, gradually aging slower the older he gets, allowing him to retain his youthful health. So one thing you didn't mention about Icon, as he gets older, his aging process is the same. Omni-Man's starts to slow down, so he basically gets younger as he gets older. He's already over 2,000 years old, and he's only begin to show signs of aging while still physically performing in his prime. His genetics are so potent they almost completely overshadow any genetics his offspring will inherit from the other parent, making said offspring almost purely Viltromite themselves. So he can basically alter the babies that he has to be just like him. But let's look at a couple feats, right? Let's look at some things that really make him scary. This is what makes him the most terrifying superhero. Omni-Man destroyed a city like Chicago just to prove a point. Isn't about anything except for his dominance and him ruling the world. Remember, he grabbed Invincible, put his face in front of the people as they physically floated and destroyed an oncoming train. And as Invincible shook his hands frantically, he basically killed all the people on the train. Told him he did it. What else? Omni-Man nearly beat his own son to death. and his son's name is Invincible. And if you know anything about Invincible, he's damn near invincible. And yeah, he didn't do so well against his pops. It's like I said, his pops, and here's another thing. The brutality level of Omni-Man is different than that of Icon. Icon has a heart. When you have a heart, that plays a problem because you care about the people around you. You want to assist them. You want to make sure they're living. Omni-Man doesn't feel the same way. Omni-Man destroyed a whole planet of aliens on a few occasions.
Okay.
On a few occasions.
Okay.
He doesn't have to replenish himself. He's virtually indestructible. He's virtually indestructible. And remember, as I pointed out, Icon has to change his physical density to match Omni-Man. We've seen Omni-Man run up on a demon from hell, and the demon ran from him. Right?
Okay.
We've seen him beat the equivalent of the Justice League in the Invincible universe. He killed them all. He killed them all. And the Beast, that was the equivalent of Doomsday, who killed Superman, lost the fight to Omni-Man. Lost the fight to Omni-Man in the Invincible universe. And when he woke up, he was ready to get some more. So we're talking about a being who's basically unrivaled, where Icon is possibly along the same lines as Superman. I'll give him an edge over Superman because Superman has to replenish, right? But then if we look at the fact that he has to change his density level to raise it to the physicality of Superman, we know Superman's going to win some of those fights because before he gets to change his physicality, he's going to shoot, he's going to run through him, right? And Omni-Man showed on several occasions, he's going to run through you immediately. If he sees you, if he thinks about you, the ruthlessness will come out. Where Icon, he cares.
Well, okay, you know what? I'll grant you that Omni-Man can destroy without any compunction. But I'm not gonna necessarily say that just because you're a good guy or you have a moral compass or whatever, that's always a weakness, because that's also self-sacrificing, right? That the quote-unquote good guy will sacrifice his own life. Like, I'll give you an example. Since we talked about Superman a little bit, I'll give you an example. Remember in the Man of Steel, when Superman was fighting Zod, and at the end they were at the building, and Zod was about to kill everybody. He was about to heat vision everybody, and then Superman snapped his neck, right? So Superman, good guy, true blue, Boy Scout, but in order to save everybody else, he had to do what he had to do. He had to kill Zod. So the same thing, I believe, is going to happen because Icon is so much like Superman that the same thing is going to happen. He's going to see that Omni-Man is a savage. He's going to see that. He's going to say, this dude will stop at nothing. So I got to put him down, okay? Like if you and I, if we say, let's say if we fancy ourselves as good guys or whatever, and someone is destroying things and we have the ability to stop them, we're going to think, after we see this raw savagery, we're going to think, man, we got to put this guy down. We got to, at all costs, we got to put him down. So that's the same thing Icon's going to do when he see that Omni-Man does not hold back. Now, to go with the powers and the abilities, my man Icon stood toe-to-toe with Superman, the Man of Steel, the standard bearer of superheroes, the guy whom everybody is compared to. They even say Icon is just like him, just his physical match. And Icon punched him into outer space. They were in the Watchtower. Icon punched him into outer space. Superman even said, hey, man, Darkseid didn't even punch me that hard. You know what I'm saying? Now, imagine that. Superman has been punched by Lobo, gotten a black eye, punched by Darkseid, punched by Darkseid and killed by Doomsday, okay? Punched by Damage, okay? So I'm like, wait a minute. This, okay, for him to have an accolade that Superman says, man, this dude punches hard. This dude, I've never been punched like that before, okay? So you have that, and then on top of that, he has Positron Energy Blast. Okay, We didn't see any distance abilities from Omni-Man. No heat vision, no freeze breath, no nothing. But Icon, on the other hand, he does have these positron power blasts. I've never seen Omni-Man do any type of distance attack or anything like that. He has no projectile weaponry. None of that. Never seen it. Okay, I haven't seen it in comics, and I haven't seen it in the Prime show. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so he didn't have that. So he has to get up close and personal pretty much every single time. That's okay, because Omni-Man, he has these positron energy blasts, so he has something he can throw at him at a distance. But at the same time, he can take these same energy blasts and he can supercharge his punches. So he already has Superman level strength, and then he can put energy around these punches, and he's just gonna pummel and bludgeon Omni-Man to death. Omni-Man doesn't want to smoke, okay? He doesn't want this smoke. Okay, so you might as well go ahead and pack it up. Your client doesn't want this smoke, sir.
See, the issue for you here is that Omni-Man is virtually immortal.
Okay.
What we have not seen is Icon run through the Justice League. And as you pointed out, yeah, Superman has some problems. You just put Icon on the same level as Superman, right? Superman lost to Doomsday. The equivalent of Doomsday in the Invincible universe lost to Omni-Man. Icon is on the same level as Superman. It was that big squid creature. That was the equivalent of the Doomsday. Omni-Man has dealt with heat vision before. He's dealt with it. In fact, he's dealt with other powers that are energy projectiles because he's virtually indestructible, they say. When he ran through Battle Beast, Battle Beast destroys everything, but he fell short against Omni-Man. I think Battle Beast gives Superman a run for his money because he lost to Doomsday. Battle Beast powers are stronger than Doomsday's.
You think
Battle
so?
Beast, I think so. I think if we look up Battle Beast real quick, just a second real quick. Battle Beast, Invincible.
And while you look him up, I'm gonna tell you, Doomsday, he got this reactive regeneration, meaning the way he died, he cannot be killed that way again. So Doomsday, so if you kill him one way, like you burn him up, he cannot die by being burned up again. He keeps coming back. So I don't know.
Battle Beast possesses immense superhuman strength, similar if not on par with that of Viltromite.
Okay.
He's damn near Viltromite. He can swing his mace, which is shown to be larger than even Mark Grayson, with great speed and skill as he displayed throughout his battle with the new Guardians of the Globe. He has snapped Black Samson's arm, almost ripping off his hand like it was a toothpick. Thrown Monster Girl into the ceiling of Machine Head's penthouse, launched Monster Girl to the other side of the Machine Head penthouse with one punch, crushed her head between two rocks, overpowered Mark Grayson, who is invincible, a half Viltromite, and left him clinging to life after disemboweling him with his mace. This also extends to his leg muscles as he brutally crushed Monster Girl's chest with one great leap from where he initially punched her. So Invincible was no match. Literally addicted to fighting. He's addicted to fighting. Icon's not addicted. Superman don't like to fight. He fights because he has to. So you're talking about guys who are they're bred to destroy and to take over the universe, and they have the same powers, if not more. In the case of the Viltromite Omni-Man, he's more powerful than Superman. Only thing he doesn't have is heat vision.
Okay. All right. Well, here. Okay. Well,
but he can run through. He can run through a sun. He ran through a sun on the cartoon. And good luck.
Okay. All right. But what another problem? Okay. He is nigh invulnerable. I understand, Omni-Man. He's nigh invulnerable. However, and you can see it on the Prime special on the Invisible show when he's talking about his home world. He's talking about the Viltromite War. They were killing each other, so they can be killed. They were tearing each other in half, okay? And that's somebody with that kind of strength. Icon has that kind of strength, okay? The reason why Immortal couldn't do it because he don't have the strength that Omni-Man has. Immortal does not have the strength. Icon is way more powerful than Immortal. Immortal got killed twice by Omni-Man. Okay, so he's nowhere near as strong. Okay, now when you look at
Battle Beast.
Okay, I understand what Battle Beast. Okay, Battle Beast is a different breed. I agree that Battle Beast is more on par of like Doomsday. Okay, he's more on that level. But we got to understand. Okay, Viltrumites can be killed. They killed each other. They ripped each other apart. We saw it with our own eyes. So I'm like, okay. Now, all you have to do is ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, all you have to do is ask yourself, is Icon that strong? I say, yes, he is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read a little bit more of his abilities right quick. He said, he can lift over 100 tons effortlessly due to his alien heritage and the maximization of his potential as a human being, as he has near limitless strength shown to at least be equal to Superman, at least equal to Superman. At one point, he punched Superman out of the watchtower 50 feet into space. Later, Superman admitted that nobody, including Darkseid, ever hit him that hard. Superhuman speed. Icon possesses the ability to move at superhuman speeds and is immune to the effects of traveling at high speeds. The exact limits of Icon speed is unknown. Okay, now we're going to get to his agility and his reflexes. Agility. Icon can move from place to place in a blink of an eye. His agility, balance, and bodily coordination are far beyond the natural physical limits and capabilities of the finest human specimen. Now the reflexes. So this is going to help with Omni-Man's speed. Icon possesses the ability to think, move, and react at superhuman speeds. Icon's reflexes are superior to those possessed by the finest human specimens. His stamina, okay? Icon's body also generates fatigue poisons at an increasingly slow rate, granting him superhuman stamina in all physical activities. And on the DC page, what did it say about his stamina? Let's see. It says superhuman stamina. Okay, Icon has limitless stamina in all physical activities. Okay, so he doesn't get tired. He is strong. He's fast. He doesn't get tired. And let's talk about, and we already know about flight, because I said he flies by manipulating gravitons, manipulating magnetic fields. He control of his absolute molecular movement and utilizing his superhuman speed. His top speed has not yet been determined. Now, we got his invulnerability. We got his healing factor. I told you about that. His self-sustenance. Icon can survive in harsh environments without air, food, or water. Okay. Let's see. Oh, he also is able to survive unaided in space. Okay, so he's good. Now, let's talk about these energy projections. This is where Omni-Man is going to have a problem. Energy projections. Icon has the ability to generate and control a radiant energy based on positrons, which means that it is explosive. He can manipulate this energy for various effects. Here are some of the effects. Icon can release positron energy from his hands as bolts of concussive force. A low power force bolt can flick on a light switch, but at maximum power, the amount of damage is unknown. Force fields. Icon can use positron to create quasi-solid energy fields to entrap opponents. That's a problem for Omni-Man. Let's see if Omni-Man gonna break out of some of these force fields. By expanding his field in any direction, Icon can generate a devastating pulse of positron energy. Stun bolts. Icon can project low energy bolts that render human beings unconscious by disrupting the electrical impulses in their nervous system. Icon can also use these bolts like an electromagnetic pulse to overload electronic devices. Now he can also turn those stun bolts up because he can do it on low levels for humans so they don't kill him. But Omni-Man is not a human, so he just have to turn that up a little bit. And then energy enhanced punches right here. Icon can focus positron energy in his fists, which he can then use to shatter any substance. This dude is a whole different type of sandwich. Omni-Man has not faced someone like this dude. He's gonna have a lot of problems, sir. Your client cannot handle this dude. Icon is the man. I'm sorry, your client can't handle this, sir.
let's end it out. Let's read off their powers and let the people make a decision. Because you're missing a couple things. He
Go
said
ahead.
he ails slowly. But remember, as Omni-Man gets older, he ails not at all. He starts to stop aging. Let's read. I'm gonna run through his powers. I'm gonna let you get the last word, and we're gonna sit on it right here.
All right,
'Cause
here
you're talking
come the
about
closing
humans.
statements.
This
Go
is a
ahead. Go ahead.
Here we go. Superhuman strength. Being a Viltromite, Nolan possesses immense physical strength. Nolan has been shown to be one of the physically strongest beings shown and the strongest superhero on Earth. Doesn't say that about Icon. This is the strongest superhero on Earth. He can lift and move weight in excess of thousands of tons. You said 100 tons. He can lift weight in excess of thousands of tons without any visible strain, while being able to break and damage strong materials with ease. Feats of strength he has displayed so far include crushing Red Rush's head with his bare hands, enough force to crack his head open, putting his fist clean through Gringo's head, hold back Aquarius water blast, just one swing of War Woman's mace, twisting War Woman's neck. Hold up, my stable. All right, can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. It was breaking up a little bit. I got you. Go ahead.
War Woman's
You were
neck.
saying he was destroying the Guardians. Go ahead.
Yeah, everybody's head got destroyed. Not just the body. He destroyed their head. He destroyed Immortal. Immortal's immortal, and he killed Immortal. They brought Immortal back. He killed him again, right? So he's killing Immortals over here. Let's go further. Superhuman speed. Nolan is incredibly fast and capable of moving at speeds well and beyond the sound barrier. So he's fast as anybody we're talking about. Later on, as it's elaborated, that he can travel interstellar distances on his own without aid, puts his speed at superluminal levels. Nolan was so fast that when he flew through the Flaxian cities, he caused devastating explosions, with the implication that he was moving so fast. That's an act of turpitude. He was splitting atoms and causing fission reaction. While not as fast as Red Rush, he was fast enough to catch Red Rush's hand before brutally crushing his head. That's the same as Superman. I don't know if you remember, Flash and Superman had a race. They told Flash to hold back, so it was a tie. They did that twice. Okay. Now, as I end him out over here, right? Flight. Nolan can fly along with being able to fly at tremendous speeds, allowing him to travel anywhere in the world quickly, with transcontinental flight taking him only a matter of minutes, if no seconds. During his decimation of Flaxa, he flew into the general at blurring speed and rammed him through so many buildings, he was left as nothing more than a mangled head. As displayed during his fight with Mark, he repeatedly broke the sound barrier to his durability. And then we got two more and they're real short. Being a Viltromite, Nolan is a nigh invulnerable. He's invulnerable. He can endure physical trauma that would most definitely kill humans. Such things he has been shown to survive include rapid gunfire with bullets just bouncing off him, rapid punches from Red Rush, Darkwing's throwing weapons, punches from War Woman, and the Immortals simultaneously in a small explosion with little to no harm being done to him. However, it doesn't mean he can't be injured, as throughout his fight with the Guardians, he could be seen developing bruises, so I'll give you that, bleeding from his mouth. He also required to stay in the GDA hospital after his battle with them. But that's because he's fighting the most powerful humans on the planet. Remember, Superman fought the Justice League, and Wonder Woman cut off his head. War Woman didn't do that to this Viltromite. Never happened. Right? Now, longevity. Like all Viltromites, Nolan has an incredibly long lifespan. He is capable of living and has lived for thousands of years. And because Viltromites age slower as they grow older, he retains the appearance of a muscular middle-aged man. Accelerated healing. This is our brother. Remember, he mentioned it in Icon. This is it. Being a Viltromite, Nolan heals at a much faster rate than humans. He is immune to all earthly diseases and ailments. The Viltromites have it. I like Icon. That's my man. Even though he's a Republican, he's kind of sellout hero, right? Kind of sellout here.
You
on
are
the Trump side. But I like Icon as my man.
Watch your tongue. I'm
But
not going to have you talk about my client like that. I'm not going to have you disrespect my client like that, sir. You're not going to. This is Mr. Freeman over here, sir. I'm going to give you my closing remark because this is Mr. Freeman we talking about over here, sir. Icon. The icon, sir. Now, everything that he said, okay, Icon can do with some differences. Now, my opponent here, he brought up, you know, the longevity. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that in my closing remarks. It says right here that Icon has decelerated aging. It said Icon possesses extraordinary longevity, enabling him to age at a vastly slower rate than that of human beings. Hence, though he is centuries old, remember he landed in 1839 sometime, right? Though he's centuries old, he appears to be no older than 40. Icon's lifespan is usual for a Terminin, just like a Viltromite. That his lifespan is usual and is the only power that is not the result of the genetic maximization. That's what he has naturally, aging slow. I grant you, Omni-Man is older than him, okay? But Icon's already over a century old, okay? He's already over 100 years old, okay? But he looks like he's 40.
Thousands.
Okay, fair enough.
2,000 years old and he's just starting to age. And they both look 40.
Oh, you're right. They both look like they're about middle age. You're right. They both look about 40. I agree with that.
And now, black don't crack, but I got
the thing. Hey, there you go. There you go. But I do believe this. The downfall of Omni-Man is he's facing a powerhouse like himself, but he has no counter for the energy projections and the energy abilities. He can make force fields, he can blast them, and he can do energy punches and stuff. Something that he has not faced. He hadn't faced that in Battle Beast. He hadn't faced that in Thrag. He hadn't faced that in Invincible. He hadn't faced that. Now he did face some of that, some weapons that Cecil threw at him, but like rockets and missiles.
Planet.
And right, in a beam of energy from a satellite.
He was shot with a mega laser. Mm-hmm. And the laser was meant to destroy planets.
Okay,
and he ran through that laser.
Fair enough.
Alien world.
Fair enough. Okay. So we got
no stake.
We got two powerhouses, folks, and you know, unfortunately, we are just advocates for our clients. We're like lawyers for our clients, but we are not the judge. You are the judge. So you put it in the comment section down below. Give us your verdict. Just sound off down there. Say who you have winning. I want you guys show some appreciation, some love for my special guest, and I hope I have him back on. Brother Adrian, he is the founder of Monumental Comics. And hey, I appreciate you coming on, and we got to do this again, brother. So sound off in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next debate, Geek Culture Combat.